Hey there, Erin Bradley here. So this is going to be an awesome day because I'm introducing you to Jason Brown with Ascent Builders, a full-service general contractor and home builder. Jason's been a friend of mine for years. He's a phenomenal entrepreneur. His story is amazing. I can't wait to share it with you. And let's not wait another second. Let's just go ahead and get started. I'm Erin Bradley, a mortgage consultant who spent the last 10 years building a tribe of amazing entrepreneurs to better serve my network. This is the story of their journey on the road to success. So we've got Jason Brown here, and as I mentioned, Jason is a general contractor and home builder. We go pretty far back, about 5-6 years.
Right.
And Jason has a really interesting story about how he got into the industry he's in, and since getting into it has just had a journey of stratospheric success. And you've been an amazing mentor to me and a support and a friend and a colleague, and it's been awesome. I really appreciate all the support I've gotten from you over the years. So I'm really excited for everybody to get to know your story. So let's go ahead and let's just start with like what you were doing before and then how you got into the business you're in now.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me, first of all, and thanks for the kind words. Construction is a second career for me. I spent almost 20 years in telecommunications before I got into construction, and left the telecommunications industry as an executive, and was just really tired of the corporate world, wanted to do my own thing. I've always had a passion for building things, and really just tried to figure out a way to turn that into a business in a way that I could support my family.
That's incredible because it's like, we talk about entrepreneurs like, I want to do what I love. And then you do that and then make it incredibly successful. So congratulations on that.
Thanks.
And, I've actually had the opportunity to refer a lot of clients to Jason over the years. And the one common theme when you get feedback from working with Jason is just the level of professionalism. So I'm sure that stems from your years in telecom, but it's pretty rare, I feel like, in your line of work, and not to shunt other general contractors, but to bring that level of like service and speed and communication as a consistency is really something special. So I think it's really what sets you apart from the rest, and probably the reason that you've been so successful. So congrats on that.
Thanks. I think one of the things that as we were creating the business plan for this construction company is we noticed, like you said, that the area where a lot of contractors fall down is they don't manage budgets well, they don't manage schedules well, and generally they don't communicate with clients well. In the corporate world, wasn't running construction projects, but running other large projects. If you failed on any one of those, you likely were out of the company. So those were sort of second nature to me, and easy things to incorporate into what we do well as a construction company.
And now you're having a lot of fun building stuff, so that's cool.
Right.
Awesome. So with that being said, you guys do a lot of different projects. I'd love for you to touch upon the different realms of construction that you're involved in, and then what do you love most about either, being in this industry, or maybe of all those different types of construction that you're doing, is there one that you prefer the most or anything like that you could share?
Sure. I would say we really have 4 major lines of business. We have our roots are actually in residential remodeling. That's where we started. So we do a lot of projects like basement finishes, kitchen remodels, bathroom remodels, small additions. From there, we do production, new home construction, both single and multifamily. We do custom home construction, so large custom homes. And then we also do commercial contracting, light commercial and commercial tenant finish work.
Whoa, so that really runs the gamut. So what kind of commercial stuff have you guys done?
So we built restaurants, we built coffee shops, we have built medical and dental practices, daycares, gymnastics facilities.
You name it, basically.
Right.
Do you also do tenant finish within a commercial space, which would be kind of a smaller job, like if somebody leases a space, or is that something a little too small for you guys?
No, we can do both the ground up construction as well as the tenant finish.
Okay.
A lot of times it's more of the tenant finish variety where the shell already exists, or a new tenant is moving in, they need to reconfigure the space for their own use.
So, now with everything you're involved in, what do you say these days, if you had to pick one thing, what do you enjoy the most about what you're working on these days?
I think the thing that's the most satisfying, although they all have their pluses and minuses, is the custom homes, because you really get to take a person's idea that isn't even on paper yet and eventually turn that into their dream home and watch them move in, and it's very satisfying.
Yeah, well, and I'm thinking about for my own personal use, like I've always had this vision, this dream of starting with a blank slate and getting to build something that is perfect for me, but having no clue how to even begin. So I'm glad I know you. I'm glad I know you. That's all I'm saying, because I'll be calling when the time comes. So Awesome. Well, a lot of the people watching are also starting their own business. And, what I love about your story is so cool because you were like, you know what, I hate my job and I like building stuff. So I'm going to make a business out of it. And that's what a lot of people do. They just take that leap of faith. So, it's always a journey. We make mistakes. There's things we do differently. If you could go back to 5 years ago, is there any piece of advice you'd give your younger self, knowing what you know now?
Yeah, I think part of this is my personality. I tend to be a workaholic, as I think a lot of entrepreneurs are. Mm-hmm. But I think delegate, and find a team around you that's a strong team that you can rely on and you can entrust, that follows your vision, and don't be afraid to push work on them.
Yeah. One of the books we've talked about on the show is The E-Myth Revisited. Have you ever heard of that book? Have you read that one?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great one for just that part of the journey is like you can't do it all. Eventually, at some point, you're going to need help, and you better plan for it in advance because then you'll know when the time comes, when you see that growth happening, it's time to hire, you know? Awesome.
But it's hard to let go. It's hard, when it's your baby, it's hard to entrust it to somebody else.
Yes, it is very hard to let go. I know this. Working on it daily. So awesome. And where are you guys headed? I mean, you have a lot, like you said, a lot of different parts of your business. So is there anything on the horizon for the future that would be new or just anything that you see yourself developing or growing over the next 5 years?
Yeah, I think, steady growth of all of our lines of business. Personally, I would like to, we tend to have one major subdivision development going on at any one time. In 5 years, I'd like to see that expand to 2 or 3 different subdivisions that we're developing and building in. But otherwise, I think the other lines of business will just continue to steadily grow as the market grows.
Cool. And then this is a random kind of curveball I always like to ask just because I'm an avid reader and I love devouring books that might catapult my business to the next level. So have you ever read any books that you'd share with us that might, have an impact on that journey of the entrepreneur?
Sure. I think I've certainly read a lot. One of my favorites is Jack Welch's book called Straight from the Gut. He's the former CEO of General Electric. I guess you would call him an entrepreneur, but I ran a very successful company at GE, and book's all about his success stories of how he grew their profit line significantly over his tenure.
Awesome. That is amazing. Jason is literally the first person to ever stump me with a book. Which I'm glad about because I'm always looking for new ones. And sometimes I just order them off Amazon and I get these books and I'm like, oh my God, I can't make it past page 10. So cool. I have a new book to read. Yay. Excellent. For me. Thank you. Awesome. So last bit of information we need is how can we get in contact with you if somebody wants to reach you for any of one of those projects? What's the best way to reach you?
Sure. They can certainly visit our website, which is www.ascentbuilders.net.
Oh my God.
Or they can give us a call at 303-459-4947. We'd love to talk to them.
Awesome. Well, I love having you in my village and knowing you and picking your brain over the years has been always a wealth of knowledge. So you do an amazing job, and I appreciate having you in my life.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. If you've loved meeting my tribe and getting to know their stories, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you never miss an episode. And if there's anything else you'd like to know about these individuals or anyone else you'd like to meet, let me know in the comments below. For more information, you can find me on Facebook or check out pursuingfreedom.co.